Thank God Sprites didn't get Diva banned, or else I would have cried. What is up, guys? Abe here, and today we have a Mermail deck profile. So with this deck, I always like doing like an OTK version. Obviously, any Mermail deck is an OTK version, but obviously with like Calamities being around back in the day, you could do Calamities bullshit. But we're not here for that today. Like I said, this is an OTK version. I try to keep it as pure as possible, Mermail Atlantean at least. But yeah, with this deck, it's the normal summon is very important, so we do rely on a normal summon pretty hard. It's very linear, all gas, no breaks. And there are many variations of the deck, but now that Hulk is banned, it kind of falls to the wayside. So now they're just going to have to change up the style, I guess. Because I've seen a lot of other people, like I think their name's Abishire. They used to have like a very combo variant of Mermails and stuff. But like I said, now Hulk's banned, so we can't really do it that way. So if anybody else has any more ideas for Mermails, please let us know down below in the comment section. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the Mermail deck profile. Alright, so starting off, we're going to start with the monsters. So we got triple Mermail Bisteus. This is one of your like special summon stars. I don't want to say normal summon stars. Obviously, you can't normal summon them. Or, I mean, but you know what I mean. But yeah, he's going to be your main guy. Starts the combo with Dragoons in hand. It's like a free monster on board, free search. Tele broken. I got the dog next to me. That's why I'm petting it. But yeah. But Bisteus is just good. Teus and Dragoons are broken. This Megalo, only playing 2 just because it sucks that Megalo is just so low attack. That's why, I don't know if you saw our Yu-Gi Boom discussion of new Yu-Gi-Oh cards we make for archetypes. Mermail's need new level 7 that, it's kind of like Megalo. You need 2 to, summon, and then it has an effect that's more current, or like, so Megalo is just your main beater. Like I said, not high attack. He is the main focus of the OTK. When you can get him off and add him with the Mizuchi and stuff, he can get pretty big. But other than that, yeah, Megalo is Megalo. For the last Mermail we played one Gund. She's just like your extender and also your search target for Teus, because you can like chain block. So as long as you have a target for Teus, that way you can if you want to get Dragoons off or infantry, Neptibus, marksman, whatever off, because that's just a way to chain block. So that's why we play her, and she can come in handy, especially late game, to get back to Mermails from the grave. For the Atlanteans, we're obviously playing triple Neptibus. This card's broken, nothing you can say. Main starter, he is very susceptible to Ash and Valor, but at least the cost will get you something. So that's the good thing about it. It's not like all one, it's not the whole effect. So even if the Valor or Ash you won't be able to get the search off of Neptibus, but whatever you send usually is going to be your Dragoons. You're going to be able to search with Dragoons unless they have another hand trap or something. But yeah, Neptibus, main starter, and it's great. Next card, we're playing triple Dragoons. Obviously, this searches out any Sea Serpent from your deck, so that way you can get your Megalo. We cut the Mooling Glacia because, yeah, you could still play it, but it just sucks because if you don't get it your opening hand, or like if you're not able to do the combo opening hand, because it is very susceptible to Nibiru, even though I know a lot of people don't play Nibiru, but you never know if your opponent's playing Nibiru. So that's why I don't play it anymore, because it's your 5th summon. And yeah, and then just drawing it late game, it does nothing, because if you already filled your graveyard and stuff, you can't, and you're not able to manipulate it, you're not going to have 5 in the graveyard, you're going to have like 7 or 8. So it's dead, that's why we don't play it. But Dragoons can search anything else out. And yeah, just to get Megalo or add an extra water to hand if you already have what you need. So Dragoons is just broken. For your next Atlanteans, I'm playing double heavy infantry, and I'm going to add this to it. 2 marksmen. Now, not a lot of people are going to be like, why are you playing marksman? The only reason why I add marksman now is because there are times where your opponents have a back row. Say you're playing Sword Soul, you want to get rid of Blackout, especially like if you're able to like use it with Minstrel or something. It's there for that. Also, most of the time, it's just because you just need a name. So even though you can't pop with Marksman, it's just there just so, like, let's say you have 1 Dragoons left in deck and you want to add it to your hand. You have Neptibus out. how can you get Dragoons if you already use all your infantries? You can't send Neptibus off of Neptibus, so you just need names. And if you already expended everything, like let's say it's turn 3 or 4, and you kind of already expended a lot of your resources, you just need the name. So that's why I have 2 and 2. And like I said, if you're able to get them off, great. But that's why we heavy infantry. Obviously, we're going to use more because your opponent's going to have face-up cards. And marksman, if it works, it works. Or like if you're able to pop something, it pops. But it's just there for the name. For the next card we're playing triple Deep Sea Diva. And like I said, thank God Sprice didn't get this card banned because I really thought I was going to get hit because it's such a free summon. Because it can summon itself out, so that's why Diva's even more broken. And since they're level 2 and all that jazz. But yeah, it just helps get Neptibus for your first turn because usually that's what you're going to go for. Start searching and stuff. But Diva is very susceptible to Ash, Veiler, whatever it is. So you need to protect her at all costs. So, like I said, first turn you go Neptibus. Second turn you could probably go this into Minstrel, and Minstrel will help recycle back your Dragoons. And since Minstrel is a level 3, it can help out. And if you can get a level 7 out, it helps get out either Cheng or Barone. So that's why that's usually your play afterwards because, like I said, you're going to use a lot of your resources. And after that, you're going to need to start some of your beaters because we do rely a lot on the extra deck for your big beaters because we don't have a lot of main deck beaters. So yeah, so Diva's just we got to protect her at all costs, all right, even from the ban list itself. For the next card, now this might be a little sus, but I'm only playing 2 Minstrel. I know it has a really good hand effect to look at your opponent's hand, but I just cut it down to 2 just to make space for the other marksman and stuff. And I don't miss it because sometimes if you do open too many in hand, you don't it does nothing. I mean, you can still use its effect and stuff, but it doesn't do much after that. So that's why I just play 2 because if you see it, good. But other than that, you're gonna want to summon from deck too. That's the thing too. Like I said with Diva, like after you use Neptibus and stuff, and you do all your Atlantean shenanigans, you want to start summoning your stuff from extra deck, and that's why Minstrel is really good for that because it's a level 3 tuner, so it helps go into with the 3 and 7, go into a 10 really easily. And yeah, and then like I said, and also if you already have an Atlantean hand, it helps, either search with Dragoons, pop a card on the field, or pop a set card. So yeah, Minstrel is just really good. And like I said, it sucks that I did put it at 2, but I just had to make space for other stuff. And if you want to cut out of the cards, you can. All right. So we're gonna, for the next card, we're gonna play 1 Aqua Spirit. Now, if you don't want to play this anymore, you don't have to, but I still play the Aqua Spirit just because Toda is still a thing. So that's there. And also just an extra material, or if you want to go into Dweller, Dweller is super good right now. So that's why I play the Spirit. That's really it. That's all we play her for. And then for the last 2 monster cards in deck, 2 Ash, 2 Veiler. I mean, if you want to bump up the hand traps, you can, but I think 2 and 2 is okay. They're self-explanatory. And like I said, Ash, and a lot of people know Ash is not really used right now because of tier and stuff, but on like a more casual level, Ash is pretty good. For the next set of cards, we're going to go into the spells. Another sus choice could be double Deep Sea Aria. The only reason why I have this at 2 is because you already have other ways to search your stuff, and Aria is just a win more card. But like going first with this card doesn't do anything if you can't set up anything in the grave. And I know Minstrel can help with that and stuff, but usually you don't want to banish those, or like let's say you need something in the grave to get like Gunde off or Neptibus off, because Neptibus can revive as well. So I just play 2 just because if I draw it, it's good, but I already have many other ways to switch stuff. So that's why I only cut it down to 2. And then for the next card, we're playing double Dark Ruler. Dark Ruler, like I said, we're going second with this deck. Dark Ruler is just a blowout card, and it's not once per turn, so they negate 1, you can use the second one. For the next card, we play our 2 pot cards, I guess. 1 Pot of Avarice, because Avarice is broken in this deck. You can shuffle all your stuff back and then basically reset yourself. Moray of Avarice I added because there are those times where if your diva does get banished or stopped, or your Neptibus gets stopped, and you have no follow-up, you've got to dig for something. So Moray just helps get rid of that monster. It does banish it, which kind of sucks, but if you can trade it for 2 cards and you can get like something else, that's great. So that's why we added the Moray of Avarice, and it's been working okay so far. One Mizuchi to help with the Megalo play, and also, like I said, like kind of with Teus searching the Gunde, it helps chain block. Excuse me, it helps chain block, so that way you can get your Atlantean stuff off. And Mizuchi helps negate an effective spell, doesn't negate the activation, so that helps a lot. I had that ruling one time at a regional with Cyber Dragons, and it worked. And the guy was kind of mad. For your 1-ups, Feather Duster, Called by, Broken, 1-for-1 because we can summon Neptibus, Regeki, and Monster Reborn. If you don't want to play like these 3 cards, like Feather Duster, Regeki, and Monster Reborn, you can. I don't have Lightning Storm. You can switch those out for Lightning Storm if you want. I could totally see the point of that. I don't have that card, so I gotta play these. Hopefully one day I do buy it. And for the last 2 cards, double Impermanence, because Impermanence is hella good. Like I said, you're going second, or you're trying to blind second every time. And Impermanence is just great. It's just a good card. Alright, now for the extra deck, 1 Amirage, just to help clear the Neptibus, and because sometimes Neptibus just kind of sits out there, and this also can protect your Megalo, like when you do the play and stuff, or you can protect like another extra deck monster. So that's why I play the 1 Amirage. 1 Ablacia helps to search. It can help search your Teus if you didn't have one already. Can also trigger your Atlanteans when it dies. So and you can even resummon your Chengin, because sometimes any water monster in your grave. So if you already summoned Chengin, you can bring it back from the grave. But Ablacia is just really, really good. Not broken, just good. 1 Miss Starboy. There are those times where you just have random water monsters, and sometimes you just need extra extra beef on your monsters. So I just still play the 1 Miss Starboy just because it's generic. Because Ablacia needs fish, sea serpent, and or Arco monsters, and if let's say you use something else, it's just for that reason why I play Miss Starboy. Phoenix and Unicorn because they're super generic and just super good. 1 Soldier of Chaos because since we do play 7s and like Teus sometimes doesn't do anything unless you're gonna rank up into it or use it for synchro. But yeah, Soldier of Chaos, now that it's finally way cheaper because it finally got a reprint. If we can get this out and start banishing your opponent's cards or just getting extra beef on them or whatever, it's just a good card. And then 1 Axis Code because Axis Code. For the Exceeds, we're playing Toad Package, Bahamut Shark, and Totally Awesome. Usually in tandem it goes with the Aqua Spirit. There are those times where you do have a double Dragoons if your opponent doesn't get over them, and then that makes Bahamut Shark even more broken because you detach and you still get the effect. So that's why we play it. 1 Dweller. Dweller's just hella good. For your rank 7s, 1 Flare Metal Dragon because if, let's say, you couldn't kill your opponent all the way, but you get them at, 1400 or something, you summon this and it's like, okay, try to get over this with 2 effects. And most of the time they can't unless they have a Lightning Storm or something. So that's why Flare Metal is really good. Helped me win a game or a match one time in our regionals a long time ago. 1 Abyss Gaios because especially nowadays it helps a lot because fusion is very prominent, and this will help let them not attack if they can't get over, if they don't negate it and stuff. So this guy was just a good card, and if you compare it with Mizuchi, it becomes a pretty big monster. For the synchros, we're playing 1 Coral. I used to have Herald of the Arc Light, but I cut that for the Baron. But obviously if you don't have Baron, you can put in Herald of Arc Light instead. But with Coral Dragon, it does cut. Instead of cutting the Herald of Arc Light, which is right here, instead of the Coral Dragon, you just go into more because there'll be a lot more times where you'll have Diva and Dragoons out, and sometimes if you just need to push for game, Coral Dragon's good because it's the 2400 attack, and it can pop stuff too. So that's why we still play the Coral Dragon, and it'll get your Atlantean effects off too because it's a water monster. For your last 2 cards, 1 Chengin, 1 Baron. Obviously, if you don't have the Baron, put in the Herald of Arc Light or some other generic card. I got this from my friend, so that's why I have it. Not even mine. I'm just borrowing it. But that's why we play the one Baron de Fleur. That was the dog who just sniffed. Good dog. Anyway, yeah, Baron, if you have it, use it. If not, it's okay. I know it's still kind of expensive. Changing is just great. Just a big old booty if you want to just use it as a booty, or, you know, if it's an attacker, if you have an attack, can get over a lot of stuff because of its effect. And it's a good, like, called by too, like, and stuff like that. So that's why it's in there. And the fact that it's a generic and it's a water, it's like crazy. But that's it for the deck profile, you guys. Let us know down in the comments what you think about it. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Check the link out for TCG Player. If you guys ever want to buy these cards and make this deck, it's a little cheaper now because there have been reprints. If you like to buy, if you ever like to play Mermails, because it is a lot of fun. But make sure you guys check out our videos, like, comment, subscribe. Check out that link. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram. And we'll see you in the next video.